Well, hello there. I'm Doug Meadows. I'm the founder, visionary, and hero maker here at David Douglas Diamonds. And I just want to welcome you to our 26th week episode of A Century of Luxury and Legacy, as we explore 100 years of our family business. It has brought me to Italy, and Italy is renowned for its jewelry craftsmanship and its own legacy of the jewelry industry, and cannot help but, in a weird way, it's influenced our family. But I don't know, Italy has always been one of those places in my mind that when I was getting into this industry, I had these dreams and visions of coming here and spending a month and just sitting with some master craftsman and learning, a trade from a different perspective. Our family business, we started out more in the repair industry. In the jewelry industry, we call it a trade shop. A trade shop mainly is wholesale repair work. A lot of retail jewelers, they didn't have a jeweler on staff. They would send it to somebody like my grandfather, my dad and uncles, and they would set the diamonds, size the rings, solder the chains, and then send it on back to them, which is totally different than manufacturing the jewelry and creating it. So you get into so many different aspects of the industry, to where our little retail shop, we do service and repair, which not all retail jewelers do, and we do it on site in our store. And then we also do custom work, which, again, very few retail jewelers do that. Some retail stores do some what I call light manufacturing, to where they'll make some of their product in their cases. But then, it shifts to a whole nother level of being a true manufacturer, and they're just making, 20 of the same thing, or 50 of the same thing, or 100 of the same thing, or they're doing limited runs on stuff, because every gemstone is different and unique. Some of them are cut standard sizes and shapes, and some of them are very unique shapes and sizes based on the rough and availability and the value of the stone, different things. You take opal, for example. Opals have some standardization to it, but then you get into the really expensive, like black opal or Australian opal. Some of that, they don't want to waste any of that stone because it's sold by weight. And here in Italy, I'm in Venice at the moment, and thought you might enjoy a little bit of the scenery and the backdrop here of this area. And I don't know, we've been moving around, traveling a little bit. We went to Verona one day and just took a train out there. Another day we went out to the Dolomites, which is north of here, up into the mountains. We'll be heading to Rome. We'll be heading to Florence, and then making our way back home. But back 2019, me and my brother came here to Venice in January. A little chilly, a little cold, but we came here for a jewelry show. It was about an hour west of here in a town called Vicenza. Vicenza is an area where a lot of jewelry manufacturing is done here in Italy. There's a few pockets throughout Italy where jewelry is manufactured. But Vincenza's one of them, not too far from Milan. It's kind of like, it's in the middle of Milan and Venice, and so we chose Venice. Thought it would be a little bit nicer and a little more fun, but we it's kind of like the JCK Vegas show that I just got back from a month ago or so, in that you have a lot of jewelry manufacturers displaying all their jewelry and different things, and then you have they call them halls, or instead of buildings they call them halls. They had one hall designated to technology or equipment or tools, and I mean, me and my brother were like kids in a candy shop. It's just so different to see tools from another country, techniques of manufacturing. Some of the tools applied to us, and some of the tools only applied to manufacturers. You had to, they were very expensive pieces of equipment that would require a lot of jewelry running through it to make them give you an ROI on that one. But we had a blast. We had a really good time coming out here. It was a very short trip. I think we were here for maybe 3 days and then went back home. And but it was one of those cherished, memorable times of hanging with my brother. But then in 2021, I brought my daughter, and we actually flew into Florence. And from Florence, we took a train south down to Arezzo. Arezzo is another big jewelry manufacturing area. And we went to one of the manufacturers there that we could get some earrings and a few things like that from. And they gave us a tour of the facility, very educational. They do a lot of gold chain manufacturing down in that area, and different things. And so we had a very memorable time. I mean, we did, from there we rented a car and we went out to the Tuscany area, and then all the way out to the coast, the west coast of Italy, and then came home through, I can't even remember where we came home through, but we had an amazing time, and I would love to bring Emma back to explore a few more areas of Italy, because it was just a lot of fun. But jewelry is just, I don't know. As I've traveled around the world and looked at jewelry, the same kind of a story keeps kind of resonating with me, that it's, basically we're all selling is cold metal and hard rocks, but it's always the story that goes with it, the story of what are you celebrating or what are you commemorating. And it's just really cool stuff. And I'm just so glad and so blessed to be a part of this industry. It's allowed me opportunities like this to go to different places around the world to see how jewelry is made, to purchase jewelry from different manufacturers around the world, purchasing gemstones, just so many different things. It just, I don't know, I'm just very blessed. But I'm going to stop rambling here and move on, and look forward to catching up with you next week. So until then, goodbye.